Democracy is the process by which people choose the man who will get the blame. Extreme hopes are born from extreme misery. I've made an odd discovery. Every time I talk to a savant, I feel quite sure that happiness is no longer a possibility. Yet when I talk with my gardener, I'm convinced of the opposite. Those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. It seems to be the fate of idealists to obtain what they have struggled for in a form which destroys their ideals. Anything you're good at contributes to happiness. Do not fear to be eccentric in opinion, for every opinion now accepted was once eccentric. A happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy dare live. Man needs for his happiness not only the enjoyment of this or that, but hope and enterprise and change. No one gossips about other people's secret virtues. Contempt for happiness is usually contempt for other people's happiness, and is an elegant disguise for hatred of the human race. A life without adventure is likely to be unsatisfying, but a life in which adventure is allowed to take whatever form it will is sure to be short. Three passions, simple but overwhelmingly strong, have governed my life: the longing for love, the search for knowledge, and unbearable pity for the suffering of mankind. Freedom of opinion can only exist when the government thinks itself secure. If all our happiness is bound up entirely in our personal circumstances, it is difficult not to demand of life more than it has to give. What is wanted is not the will to believe, but the will to find out, which is the exact opposite. The world is full of magical things, patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. The fundamental cause of the trouble is that in the modern world, the stupid are cocksure, while the intelligent are full of doubt. The degree of one's emotions varies inversely with one's knowledge of the facts. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. We are faced with the paradoxical fact that education has become one of the chief obstacles to intelligence and freedom of thought. Freedom in general may be defined as the absence of obstacles to the realization of desires. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. One of the symptoms of an approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. In all affairs, it's a healthy thing now and then to hang a question mark on the things you have long taken for granted. Religions that teach brotherly love have been used as an excuse for persecution, and our profoundest scientific insight is made into a means of mass destruction. None but a coward dares to boast that he has never known fear. If there were in the world today any large number of people who desired their own happiness more than they desired the unhappiness of others, we could have a paradise in a few years. Why is propaganda so much more successful when it stirs up hatred than when it tries to stir up friendly feeling? Fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom.